Geothermal energy comes from heat already in Earth's mantle. As the magma circulates, the heat is transferred to the surrounding rocks. This energy can be harvested using geothermal energy plants. Geothermal energy is considered a renewable energy source because the water used in the process is actually replenished by rainfall, and the heat in the earth is constantly being replenished by the decay of radioactive particles in the mantle. Geothermal energy is produced when magma from the mantle heats groundwater, and the pressure from the groundwater is harvested to produce energy. There are many ways geothermal energy can be utilized. Most geothermal power plants are called flash steam plants. The hot water flashes into steam when it is released from its holding cell. The pressure is used to turn a turbine. The steam is then condensed back into water and reused. Some reservoirs produce predominantly steam and little water. These are called dry steam plants. The steam is shot directly through a rock catcher where small rocks are caught into the turbine generator. Another way to use geothermal energy is to heat other liquids with the hot water. The water is passed through a heat exchanger and then put back into the reservoir. The heat exchanger then transfers the heat from the water to the other fluid with a lower boiling point than water. The vapor from the other fluid is used to turn turbines instead of the water. There is less heat loss using this method. Binary and flash systems can also be combined to power a hybrid power plant, such as the Puna Geothermal Venture Facility in Hawaii as pictured. Aside from using geothermal energy to produce electricity, it can also be used directly. The most direct use is when hot groundwater is pumped directly into household radiators for heating homes. Geothermal energy is a renewable energy source and therefore has many more advantages than disadvantages. Geothermal energy can be used for agriculture and aquaculture. Water from geothermal reservoirs can warm greenhouses that grow flowers, vegetables, and other crops. The warm water also speeds the growth of many species of fish in aquacultures. Geothermal energy can also be used in industry. The heat from the geothermal water is used for dyeing cloth, drying produce, washing cloth, and manufacturing other goods. Geothermal energy is also used to heat buildings, such as office buildings and houses. Geothermal power plants produce energy cheaper than many other conventional forms of energy production. The fuel does not have to be imported or transported. The plant basically sits on top of its fuel source. Geothermal energy is renewable and causes minimal damage to the environment. The system does not have to manufacture heat. The heat is free and readily available in the ground. Although geothermal steam contains traces of hydrogen sulfide and other chemicals that can be dangerous in high amounts, scrubber systems are used to remove the hydrogen sulfide from the air. The chemical can sometimes be converted to marketable products like fertilizers. Compared to other types of energy, geothermal releases less than 1% of the amount of carbon dioxide. Geothermal power plants are compatible with many environments, including deserts, crop fields, forests, and mountainous regions. The only disadvantages to geothermal energy is that the initial costs of constructing geothermal power plants are high. Wells and power plants have to be constructed at the same time. In some cases, withdrawal of hot water from geothermal plants can cause land to sink. However, compared to the advantages, the disadvantages are very minimal.
Geothermal energy is a very clean source of energy, especially in comparison to other types. Harvesting geothermal energy does release slight amounts of carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases. However, it is usually on such a small scale that its effects are negligible. To prove that the effects are next to none, in 1991, the average carbon dioxide pollution for each megawatt hour of electricity produced by each plant was 990 kilograms from coal, 839 kilograms from petroleum, and 540 kilograms from natural gas, and only 0.48 kilograms from geothermal flash steam. Another such gas that can sometimes be released is hydrogen sulfide. Hydrogen sulfide is a serious health hazard to people, so to prevent this, geothermal energy plants have scrubber systems to clean the air from hydrogen sulfide. Geothermal fluids also contain higher levels of arsenic, lithium, boron, and mercury, and if this waste is not disposed of properly, then it can be a serious problem to wildlife in nearby aquatic areas. So this water is generally put back into tanks for reuse. And the steam you see rising from geothermal energy plants is generally just steam.